After the demons appear and start attacking the monastery, our mysterious nun managed somehow to escape. That's the end of the level 1. The demon has stolen some strange and mysterious rock. Now she must recover it, so she starts to pursue them. I am currently working on this level, and now specifically the first mini-boss that is going to appear here. This is almost complete. As you can somehow see, it's inspired on Ghosts and Goblins Red Devil. If you watch my prior video, you could see how I made it. Making a long story short, I take this model and make it a little red, changing the textures. After that, I just added some wings to the model and changed his pose, so it's in its idle pose it's more devilish. It looks like the Red Devil from Ghosts and Goblins, kind of. Now that I'm thinking, maybe I need some zombies to spawn from the underground to complete the feel of Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, I was really inspired from that game, from that run and gun. But I don't want to make it that difficult. I have many bad experiences about that Red Devil killing my coins in the arcades. Oh, really nasty memories. Okay, well, after that idle pose I made some small animation before I was thinking what attacks he can perform. So I made this, I'm going to show it right now. I had to learn how to make control rigs in Unreal Engine so I could make the animations here. I'm really bad making animations in other softwares. So if you can see here in Unreal Engine, it's really easy. It's like playing with a puppet or like a toy. So I was a big fan of He-Man figures, so it was just like playing that. While I was editing, I noticed this part. This doesn't look as simple as I said, but trust me, it is easy. It looks a mess. It is a spaghetti blueprint as many people call it, but it's just a repetitive task. It just adds some controls to each part of the model. Mainly I use two kinds. The first one is set transform bone. This one copies the location, the rotation and the scale of the control you assign. So if you move it, it will move it with it. I use it in the head movement and the jaw, and some parts of the chest too. Basic IK, inverse kinematic. This one is quite difficult to understand, but it's just you give a final position to the control, like the hand, where you want the hand to be, and you just move it, and the elbow just will move accordingly to that. It's used in both arms and in both legs. There's one little more trick that I use, and it's called distribution rotation. It grabs a rotation and share it between many links. It's useful for the hand. In this part I could show you how I move the control, and it moves accordingly to the rotation I'm giving in the controller. After setting all this, you can move it as a puppet, and you can save poses and states in the sequence. And after that you can export it as an animation, as a normal animation you use in Animation Blueprint. There's a fun detail about the set transformation node. It copies the transformation, but it could be wherever you want, so if you move away from some part that should be moving, it will be like a puppet made of clay, and it will distort strangely. This is fun, and this could lead to some variation to the models you have. I just realized that you can another way to make it unique, because maybe you can change proportion this way and it's like a new enemy. I hope you could use this idea. I usually use pre-made animations, so this was my first time doing this trick. I just follow with some basic animation advice like make a steady pose and you just fill the gaps in between. So from middle pose to attack pose, and after that I correct some of the things. And I move some little offsets so I can make it smooth, like not so robotic, like... I hope you understand that. If you have made animation, you could understand better that concept. So after that, I just have to make them useful, to spawn bullets or spawn fire, or something like that I have already in mind. After I program some of the attacks in the blueprints, I just use behavior trees. This is how I made the animation, the attack sequence of the boss. And Why this is an easier tool? Because I can modify it to test one attack at a time, or see which combination of attacks works better, on if it's too difficult, give longer times, or if it's too easy to change them. This is another great tool from Unreal Engine. Here I just created some two basic nodes that I define two actions, attacks and states. States doesn't require a feedback because they don't finish, they could see fly or go to the ground, and attacks are attacked properly, so it has a return signal after the attacks end, so it must be usually when the animation ends or something happens. This makes things so simple to debug and test. I could show you some variation of what I did here, for example, or here. You can see different nodes change the attack the demon performs. Did you notice? The red devil is just hovering, and he just dropped this fireball. It doesn't aim the player. Is it a bug? The trick here is, if the demon follows the nun, this could be a nice tool to corner her. To follow the player, just add the node state fly follow, and now this attack makes sense, as you can see now. But now I did this attack pattern, so you can learn it. What do you think? Is it too easy or too difficult? If you have any suggestions, please, I'm glad to hear them. I made the last boss in this way too. It was really easy to implement the logic behind that. I can show you, this is the behavior tree from the arachnoid boss from the last boss of the first level. But I'm not quite satisfying of this. It seems too easy for the whole level. I think I must lower the difficulty level from the first level and add some difficulty to the boss in general. But I think it was a great level. I hope you could try it because I have a demo on Steam already. If you want to test my game, please go ahead. And tell me what you think. Next time I hope I finish this boss. I hope you like it, and I tell you what he does in the next video. For now, see you later. My name is Casero Juan.